Welcome back, guys, to another stunning episode of the Ridgebacks Rumble Talk. And we're joined today by the one and only Aprille Whyne. That is a pretty stunning name. Aprille, how are you doing? How's it
Good
going?
you?
Pretty well. Thank you very much. How have you been this past week?
Good. Getting better. A little tough, but it's getting better.
Yeah, that's the spirit, the optimism. Just
Yeah.
keep that high and keep it going. So, straight off the bat, I want to ask you this. Your number was number 7 this past season, and that's the number of perfection. So, is that like a bold statement saying that you're perfect at balling, you're a perfect individual, or what was the inspiration behind that number?
It's actually a funny story because
Okay.
number 7 isn't my number. It's actually number 8, but there was like a whole like size issue and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I had to take number 7, and BK, she wanted number 7,
Yeah.
but like I had to take it because it was small, and I wanted number 8, and she was the medium. So we couldn't like switch it because like size problems.
Yeah.
But this year I got to change my numbers to number 8. So yeah.
Okay, you got it finally. Okay. Okay. And gotten that sorted out of the way. And great, great, great. So in that sense, I saw that I don't know how BK referred to you guys. I think she called you guys the Frenchies or the Montreal House. I don't even know what she called you guys.
The
But
French.
I realized there were a lot of people from Montreal, from Quebec in general. And of course, you are one of them.
Yeah.
So how proud are you of your background? What can you really boast about from being from Quebec, just in general?
Well, it's super fun. Like I love Montreal, like for sure, 100%. And I think the one thing, like especially like with Quebec as a whole, that like holds my heart is definitely like food and like poutine. I'm not sure if you tried it, but poutine is
Of course,
like, sorry.
I have,
Okay,
definitely.
but like you haven't tried poutine unless you had it in Quebec, because everywhere else is just not that. It's not good. It's not good. So, like there is like the best place to get poutine, and like even like French. Like honestly, like living there in Montreal, I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't like to speak French a lot, but when I'm here, I kind of like to talk it because like like I'm away from home, so I kind of want to have like that piece of me with me. So I love to talk in French with my teammates, especially like we're all like in this living in the same house.
Yeah.
We talk in French all the time, especially like the other 4 girls. They're all like their first language is French. Mine is English, but I went to school in French for like about like 6 to 8 years. So
Oh,
like I'm pretty decent in French. So yeah.
you're in the mix. You're still one of them for sure. I mean, nonetheless, my French is not that perfect. Not sure I can communicate that strongly. Best I can say is probably bonjour and je m'appelle David and j'aime poutine or poutine. I don't even know how to pronounce that properly, but it is what it is. So, Aprille, for those of you who don't know you that are dying to get to know you better, just to introduce you, you are in your second year of criminology and justice studies, which is amazing. You're also a point guard, I saw on the roster, and you love to play Sudoku, which is pretty amazing. So, why Sudoku? What's actually sell Sudoku to us? Why should we all jump on that wave like you?
I feel like Sudoku is definitely something for like specific people. Like not everyone like loves it because like it like really involves like a lot of thinking. But like I love to play Sudoku because like I feel like it's super like calming, and like it kind of like challenges me and like some type of other level than like basketball. It's like more like a some kind of like what can you say, like a safe, like not safe haven, but like a safe place I like to go to when I'm like bored or like when I'm like doing nothing. It's a good way to pass time also. So
Okay, fair. Kind of like a way to just get your mind away from all the basketball and then life and stress and everything. Okay, that's a good remedy. Maybe I'll try that out too.
you
And
should.
this past, I guess, summer or so, you've had a few more teammates join you on the squad. Maybe you've gotten to meet a couple of them. But have you gotten to play Sudoku with any of your new teammates yet?
I don't play Sudoku with anyone on
Okay.
my team actually, but on the guys' team, Rashawn, we like on bus rides like to go to games like last year, we'd always play like Sudoku together. Like we tried to like finish like a box or a page and stuff like that. So that would be fun. Like, just have someone, I can play with.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to have like partner who just understands the
I
vibe.
like to play alone, but like when it gets super hard, like it's good to have like an extra eye. 'Cause sometimes like I don't see certain things, you know?
True, true. That's pretty good. So it's okay. Let's see. Let's be on the topic of guidance, or maybe just mentorship, or anything altogether. I saw when you referred to Delissa as your big sister. So tell me a bit about the history of how you two met.
Well, first memory I have of her was so in my first year, we were all supposed to move in to this house like on the Foundry, and so um, I'm the one at the time. I'm the one who had the car and was supposed to drive from Montreal to Oshawa, and I was supposed to pick up Delissa and Vanessa and Esso.
Okay.
And so the first memory I have of her was her coming into my car because like, we all met up at one spot in Montreal and then driving there. And the first the memory I have of her was her putting her feet on my dashboard of my car. And this is like the first time I ever met her. And that was my head. I was like, yo, this girl is so rude. But then like, I don't know, like fact that we lived like on the same like floor together, like we would talk a lot, like spend a lot of time in her room, like we just like relate like on so many levels, like in like I don't even know, like everything, school, like ball, life, family, music, everything we just like relate to. And like on the whole team, I feel like she's like the closest person I have to, like not to like neglect anyone else, but
Okay.
just like a experience and like, you know, like relationships and stuff like that. I feel like she's like one of like the closest persons I have on the team. So it's yeah, that's my girl.
Great. Shout out to Delissa.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's always awesome just to know that you have someone who's got your back every single time. So,
No.
speaking of Delissa, though, I want to throw another person's name in the mix.
Oh gosh.
There's also Kat. I'm just going to be talking about your teammates. There's Kat,
Okay.
who's also on your team. She's also Nigerian, like me, so I found that pretty cool.
Mhm.
And I remember seeing this video when you guys got, no, it's not something nobody has
Oh,
seen in public.
I think it's like
I
I just.
saw this video where you guys found out you got a new locker room.
Oh
Guess
yeah.
at the front of the line. April's at the front of the line, super excited and super pumped. I see you walking in and the whole squad following from behind. And then you guys go into the deeper part of the room and then everybody's dancing like in a circle. I see Delissa jump into the mix dancing. I see Kat coming there. So from your perspective, who would you say is the best dancer on the team altogether?
Okay. Best dancer, I'm giving to Esso 100%. Esso. She is slept on. She is so slept on. Honestly, like her moves are so smooth, like nobody knows. And also she's like low-key an artist. Like she like knows how to play the piano, guitar, and everything. She's very mobile in all the types of places. Yeah.
Like I think I saw one of her videos of her playing the piano. It was like I can't remember what it was to. Was this? It was that young boy who was singing. I'm a young black man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember it. Yeah. That was really great.
Man, that is talent. That's crazy.
Hidden talent. Yeah.
I know. Okay, perfect. So looking back at how the season was before the whole pandemic and whatnot, and how it is now for you in training and with everybody else, what would you say a day in the life of a women's Ridgeback or women's basketball Ridgeback athlete looks like right now from your perspective? What do you guys do on a day-to-day basis?
Well, obviously school is like our first priority. So um I have class. I'm in 4 classes right now. I'm in 4 classes. So thankfully they're all like asynchronous. So I don't have to like wake up every morning to like attend the class. So like I do it on my own time. So I have 4 classes every week. And then we have now we're starting to go back inside the gym, but only like we have like limited hours. So we're practicing Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then we have ETS, which is like our strength training, and those are on Thursday at 8 a.m. And then we have flex workouts.
Mm.
Thankfully, they also opened that. So that we have, usually we do that on a Tuesday and Fridays.
Okay.
And then some of us, I'm starting to work. I do like skip the dishes and like stuff like that, 'cause I have my car here. And I also work in Montreal. So every weekend I go back in Montreal on Saturday and Sunday to go work and I come back. So That's pretty much my life. If I'm not doing anything, I'm sleeping or playing Sudoku.
Hey, that's the spirit. Man, you're a hustler. Literally doing everything. You're gym one moment, studying this other moment, working. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you do everything together. And of
I
course,
don't.
speaking of the hustle spirit, that's how everybody, of course, looked at the long-term vision of the team. It was a fresh team coming together, first year playing. Of course, the expectations were high, but it was more of long-term expectations. People weren't expecting magic to just happen in the first season because we're all still building together. So yeah, we all understand. Yeah, there were a couple of losses that happened here and there, but we were able to overlook that and see the growth and development. But fortunately, we also got a win in the whole season. I remember that. Now it was pretty significant. I know this is something you will resonate with strongly. It
Yeah.
happened February 1, which coincidentally was the start of Black History Month as well. And you also got the dub on that day. So, two questions in one. I want to ask you, and I'm sure you have great answers for both. One, what was the emotion like, I guess, after the whole thing? After the whole win, I saw you guys jumping. Delisa even jumped to one of the players, like hugging and everything. What was the emotion like after? And just from your own perspective now, a more serious question, what does it mean to be a Black woman in general?
Okay, so to answer your first question, how I felt after like the win and everything. First of all, I like to say like I actually cried, like tears of joy. I rarely cry like in regards to basketball, and like that was just like one of like those like highlights, like my moments of basketball. Like we've been through so much like trial and tribulation, and like to see like our hard work pay off, come together as a team and like get that win was just so nice. And like just the aftermath, like everyone had a great time, like we celebrated. I'm not sure if you saw like how we sprayed water on our coaches.
Right. That was funny.
It was just like a great like epiphany moment, like it's just like, yes, we can do this. So like from then on, sorry, like I just thought like the only thing that came to my mind was, okay, like we're on to the next, like we can do this, we can get more games, we can like get better, we can grow together. Yeah, so that's what I thought about when we won that. And as for being a Black woman, so many things actually. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Um, Definitely, it's tough and good. Like it has its advantages and disadvantages. Um, Being a Black woman, I would say like, especially like if we're talking like in relation to basketball, we're as a woman period, like we're not like like in the media and stuff like that, we're not the main like target. We're not People are not always watching our stuff, and like I wouldn't say supporting us because we do have a good support system, but compared to like other guys teams or like other like corporations and stuff like that, they're definitely put a lot of like money and like effort into them. So like it's definitely a little bit harder for us. We've got to put in like a little bit more effort so people can like notice us, or like just to say, hey, like we're here. And for being Black, I don't think it affects like necessarily um my team or myself. Like we're like most of us are Black in our team, I would say. And like our coach Krista, she always like does like sends us and like tells us and like involves us into a lot of like Black empowerment activities and like programs, to let our association and other associations know that like, we're a majority, that we should like, like have a say or be involved and be part of like a lot of initiatives and like organizations and events and activities. So that's definitely like a good thing, especially like in the beginning of, I think it was maybe like a month or two ago, we would host, like we'd have team meetings every week. She would like make us express like how we feel, which is a good way to like, have like an outlet to express how we feel, because like others may not know like the struggles and like the things that we go through, especially as like Black women, because sometimes we're forced to like suppress like our feelings or like the things we have to like we want to say or do. So yeah, I guess that's it.
That's a whole lot. Thank you.
I don't know where we're at there.
It was very much needed and very beneficial, and most importantly, very knowledgeable. And it's great to see that, of course, intentional effort is being put behind everything to empower, which is just honestly very, very, very intriguing to know. And I'm pleased to know that. And on that note, actually, there's also, I asked BK about this too. There's the Beyond the Ridgebacks podcast. I saw you guys doing, which is pretty dope. Great. You guys have something nice going for you together. So just tell me what's a bit more about that? What are you guys working on? What are you planning on for the future?
Well, I feel like the whole thing started just like as initiation to like get people to know like who we are as like individuals, like more into depth. Um, I feel like it's a good way to like rather than just like people watch our games and like know how we play. It's like a good way for them to like knowing who we are, like behind the scenes, not just know us for basketball. And also can work like within our teammates. Sometimes we might discover some things like we didn't know from each other, which will definitely help for like growth and like strengthen our relationships. And for the future, I guess like it'd be good to like also like make other teams do it or like other groups or other like organizations do it as well because like it's definitely a beneficial, sorry, and it's fun too.
It definitely is. I like the point where you mentioned about discovering things that you don't know a whole lot about teammates and whatnot. So let me touch on that for a second. I heard this through the grapevine that you love to drink laundry detergent. And where did I
What?
see this?
Oh.
I was watching your Proud Family video. I just stumbled on this randomly. And I see everybody else doing their regular thing, and then you see April about to down a whole jug of that. So what is the inspiration behind that? And how fun was it? Let's just like tie it to that. How fun was it making that whole video?
It was so funny because at first we had to make another challenge before that. I forgot which one it was. And we all saw each other's videos, like what we were gonna send in. And like for this one, like I think it was Catherine or Alyssa who we had to like send the videos or Essel to like group it all together. They made us send it individually. So at the end, we like everyone got to see the whole thing put together, and it was so funny because so many people did different things. And like I am like such a weird person, so I'll literally do the randomest thing ever. So I was literally like, what can I do? And I just saw like a laundry detergent. I was kind of doing my laundry too. So I'm like, might as well kill two birds with one stone.
Nice, nice. Efficiency. Just get that done. So let me ask this too. What would you say, whether as a kid or right now, or just in general, what's the weirdest thing you've ever done since you threw that point a bit? Let me ask you that.
I do a lot of weird stuff. Like I don't even know where to start. Like my friends, my teammates, just when I do weird stuff, they're not even surprised because like that's just who I am. But if I had to think about something like something weird that I do, like um I don't know. Well, I can talk about something I actually did today.
Okay, go for it. Be my guest.
I've been like craving soup lately, and so I went to Walmart to buy like some chicken noodle soup. And so I was making my soup, but like the thing is that like I make my soup differently than everyone else does.
Explain that, please. What do you mean by
What I
that?
do is like I put my noodles inside the water and let it boil, whatever. But on the side, I also boil my hot dogs. I put broccoli inside too. When the hot dogs are done boiling, I cut it up. I put it inside the soup. I put the broccoli inside and I eat it. It's actually really good.
Have you ever thrown up from any one of your inventions before with food? Just out of curiosity.
Sorry?
Have you ever thrown up before? Like maybe I just wanted to experiment with something. And I'm like, oh no, this did not work out. Has that ever happened to you before?
Um, Not thrown up, but I was just like, oh my God, this is disgusting. Remember like a year ago, and it wasn't even like I was making something crazy. I don't even know what it was. I made pasta and BK and some other teammates came over my house and like they were hungry. So I'm like, yo, like have some of my pasta. Like I just made it. I don't know what it was, what I made it with. It was just so bad. And like BK is obsessed with ketchup, okay? So like it's not weird to see her put ketchup on stuff. But like I knew I didn't even eat it yet. Like I gave her the food before I started eating it. and like she tasted it and like she asked for ketchup. So like I knew in the back of my head, if she's putting on ketchup on it, it's probably to like mask something or whatever. So she was eating it, and I take one bite out of my pasta, and I'm really literally like, ew, like what is this? And BK was like, I didn't want to say anything.
She's being I mean,
throughout the whole thing.
oh goodness.
Oh, but yeah.
That's hilarious. So that means definitely, would you say like in the whole Montreal house, you're like the bundle of joy, the person that like brings the life and energy to the environment? Or what's it like living with that whole squad all together?
In my whole household?
Yeah.
It's different compared to the other house, like down the street. The other girls, so Alyssa, BK, Hadiza, and who am I missing? Mackenzie, sorry. I'm so sorry. Mackenzie all live in the house there, and that's considered like to be like the fun house because they're always like playing games, like inviting us over. And like here in the Montreal house is more like sophisticated, you can say. Like everyone stays in their rooms, or if we come out, like it's small interactions, nothing too crazy. Not to say like we don't like not like each other, just like we're kind of like the comfort, of like our own like space type of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not bad. I actually like it. It helps me concentrate on school for sure.
That's true. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If you guys like your own space, you guys just like to do your own thing, then no harm done. Take it, be proud of it in that sense. So speaking of doing things, I want to play this little game before I jump into the last section where we will talk more about your life outside of school and basketball, as well as your family and whatnot. And the name of the game is just, where do you see yourself? So I'll just ask you, like, where do you see yourself in, blah, 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 blah. And I'll ask that. So we'll just go up increasingly. So where do you see yourself in 1 minute?
Still here.
Perfect. Where do you see yourself in 1 hour?
On my bed, waiting for my team meeting.
Well, yeah, you did mention that. Fair enough. Where do you see yourself in 1 day?
Writing an exam I have tomorrow morning at 8:00 in the morning.
Ooh, that's rough. All the best.
Yep.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 1 week?
1 week from now, I will be probably sleeping in my bed, waiting for the next team meeting, to be honest. Once I'm not working out, I'm sleeping or I'm studying, one of the two.
Okay, productive lifestyle. Respect. Let's get that. Okay, where do you see yourself 1 month from now then?
I see myself back in Montreal with my family, just with my friends too, just relaxing, enjoying the time before I have to go back.
Yeah, family first always. Family is so wholesome, so cute and nice. Okay, where do you see yourself finally 1 year from now?
1 year from now, I see myself still in school here, playing basketball. Hopefully, COVID will be gone. So I'll be like playing a game or like practicing or working out,
Yeah, that's honestly what we want to see. Nobody wants to see another year of COVID again. That's just stress. You know what? Let me throw in another one. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now then?
Oh, 10 years? Maybe what, 30 something? Okay. By then, I will definitely be done school, have a good job, and hopefully I hope so. I'll be moved out of my parents' house. At least I'll be living on my own.
Yeah.
And starting my life basically.
Yeah, exactly. Just balling, just chilling and living life all together. So let's ask this $1 million question. Away from the life of basketball, away from the life of school, away from the life of Sudoku or whatever it is else you're into, who is Aprille Whyne?
I am still a weirdo. I don't know. I feel like if I would like, think of myself besides like without those attachments, I would say Aprille is a person who definitely likes to be around like people, like whether it's family or friends. I feel like especially like with basketball ties in school and all that stuff, it definitely holds me down, like restricts me from having a social life. So if I had the opportunity to, I would definitely abuse and take advantage of the time with my family and friends. You know, you don't know how long they're going to be around, so you just want to savor every moment. And I would definitely work, because it's not that good to say, but for me, money is the motive. Like, I would love to be, I would love to be comfortable, you know, if I can make a lot of money working like good hours, long hours, like I would definitely do it. So, you know, like if I can have a great and stable future.
Yes, respect. Honestly, money is key in this life.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let's touch on the family though. How would you say your family has shaped you altogether as a person, or are there particular people in your family who share very close similarities with you, maybe in terms of personality? So you know how some people would say, "Well, I'm really funny because of my dad," or "I'm really smart because of my sister," actually, or "I'm really hardworking because of like my sister," or something like that. Just describe your family altogether and like, what influence they've had on you.
Okay, well, my family is composed of my dad, my mom, my younger sister who is 19, and my older brother who is I feel so bad. I think he's 24.
Oh, God.
Once you hit like 20 and
I hope he's not watching this. Oh God.
I think he's turning 25 this year, I believe. I think so, yeah. So yeah, there's the five of us. Um, my family as a whole, we're very like, how would I say it? We're close, but like separated type of thing. Like my brother is always working. I'm all the way out here. My sister, she just got a new job, but she also hangs out with her friends a lot. My mom's always working. My dad's always working. So whenever we do come together, like, you know, we savor every moment we have together. So it's definitely like sense of closeness.
Yeah.
So I could definitely like say that I carry that on within my family, my friends as well. Like I'm super close to the friends that like um I'm not close to all the time, because when I have the moment to be with them, I really like, you know, savor it.
Yeah.
For my weird personality, I feel like that just comes out of nowhere. I don't even know. Like I'm just such a weird and awkward person. Like I really don't know where I get that from, because my none of my family is like that at all. My
Okay.
dad, I think I would get like my hard work from.
Yeah.
Definitely like my hard work and dedication. He is a mechanic. He has his own business. He started everything from scratch by himself at a young age. And I just like you know how far he's gotten, and like it makes me like want to do something like that in whatever like aspect of life, whether it's basketball, like career, education. And for my mom, I feel like the attribute that I get from her would probably be like kindness and forgiveness,
Okay.
because we've been through obviously a lot of mother-daughter fights. And um at the end of the day, like she's the one who's always like, you know, like showing forgiveness and, you know, kind of say gave in. And whenever I find myself in like circumstances outside of like family, with friends, strangers, whatever, if like a misunderstanding happens, I'm always, not always, I would say I'm pretty frequent in being forgiving, or just like, you know, accepting stuff how it is and like respecting others.
Yeah.
And for my brother, he is also, he kind of just like my dad, but like a junior version, you know. So he works a lot. He's just like my dad. He's going to mechanics, and yeah, so he's also like definitely hardworking. As for my sister, she's definitely the closest person like to resemble me, both like physically. A lot of people have told us like we look like twins, and you know, emotionally, psychologically, sorry. She's like, I tell her a lot of things that I would never tell my parents, I would never tell my brother, and sometimes I wouldn't even tell my friends.
Wow.
For some reason, I feel like we've gotten closer ever since I left. I feel like it's just because like the physical absence has like drawn us closer, you know.
Mm,
And yeah, that's that, I
that's
guess.
great. Awesome summary. Honestly, 10 over 10. Perfect. So to wrap it up on a perfect note, I don't even want to take it away from just how wholesome and wonderful that was. What would you say is your last and final message to the wider world? Maybe friends or your family or anybody else that's gonna watch this. What's that message you just like to say in general?
Um, it's actually this. I like live by. You can say this quote.
Okay.
That I remember like during my first year of basketball. I was struggling a lot with like the balancing school and basketball, and like I was just like, so sad. Like it was really tough for me. And my best friend, he like just sent me this quote, and like I like live by this quote whenever I have like I'm experiencing some difficulty or like a bump or whatever. I feel like I don't know about her. I think it's something like, is it bad if I just go check on my phone?
Go check, please. Why
I
not?
know what it is, but like I don't want to mess it up, you know?
Please get it's perfect. Just get it spot on as much as you want.
All right. I'm so sorry. It'll take like 2 seconds.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so the quote is God will allow your entire God will allow your entire life to be let me just restart again. God will allow your entire life to be disrupted to push purpose out of you. So um that quote like holds so much meaning to me because um so it's pretty self-explanatory, but
Yeah.
God for me he's been like a very important figure in my life, especially the fact that I don't physically have my parents around me, you know, having this other like upper and higher being to like watch over me, like knowing I have like him watching over me definitely like helps me know that like I will definitely be able to like move on and grow from any situation I find myself stuck in. So it makes me realize that like no matter how hard the situation gets or like where I fall into, like there's always a reason behind it, and it's not to give up, like because there's always a reason. There's a bigger goal out there. So no matter what situation you may find yourself in, I don't whether you believe in God or not, like it's just important to remember and keep in mind that like it's gonna be worth it at the end of the day, basically.
Yeah. Respect. I
And
feel like I've learned a whole lot from you just today alone. My knowledge has increased. My faith has gotten stronger. I mean, I've laughed a lot. That's pretty awesome. Definitely everything all together. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Everyone else who's going to watch this has learned a massive, massive amount from you. So thank you very much, Aprille Whyne. I know I butchered your name a bit.
thank you for having me.
That's fine. Thank you so, so much. Honestly, it was a privilege. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful cancel season and upcoming season that's going to happen. I'm super excited for all the buckets that are going to drop, all the points, all the wins, maybe even the championship, man. Who knows? But thank you so much. And yeah, that's it.